The Bible is filled with stories of prophets who carried divine messages to kings, warriors, and nations. Many are well known, such as Elijah and Isaiah, but there is one prophet who stands out for his boldness, although his name may not resonate as much in the minds of many. Micaiah, the prophet who appears in 1 Kings. Micaiah's story is brief yet powerful, a perfect example of a man who stands firm in his convictions and is unafraid to speak the truth, even to those in power. In today's world, his courage and resolve are relatable to anyone navigating the challenges of standing up for truth in the face of authority or adversity. The context of Micaiah's time. Micaiah lived during a tumultuous time in Israel's history. The kingdom had been divided into Israel in the north and Judah in the south. Micaiah served as a prophet during the reign of King Ahab of Israel, one of the most notorious rulers mentioned in the Bible. Ahab's name is synonymous with wickedness, often influenced by his equally infamous wife, Queen Jezebel. Jezebel, a Phoenician princess, had introduced the worship of Baal into Israel, leading the nation deeper into idolatry. Prophets like Micaiah, who spoke out against this moral and spiritual decay, were often persecuted. Israel was in a state of spiritual decline, with a corrupt monarchy that prioritized pagan practices over devotion to Yahweh. In this environment, prophets who dared to challenge the status quo were silenced, making Micaiah's boldness even more extraordinary. Micaiah's bold stand against Ahab. Micaiah's story unfolds in 1 Kings 22 during a conversation between 2 kings, Ahab, the ruler of Israel, and Jehoshaphat, the king of Judah. Ahab was planning a military campaign against Ramoth-Gilead, a city under Syrian control. To ensure success, Ahab sought the advice of his prophets minus 400 of them. These prophets were more like yes men, telling the king whatever he wanted to hear. They assured Ahab that he would be victorious in his campaign. These false prophets, aligned with Ahab's interests, were likely influenced by the political climate, prioritizing their survival and standing in the royal court over the truth. Jehoshaphat, however, sensed something was amiss, which led him to request a true prophet of the Lord. Despite knowing that Micaiah would deliver an unfavorable prophecy, Ahab reluctantly called him, showcasing the king's preference for affirming voices over those with true divine authority. The value of integrity. Micaiah's story underscores the value of integrity, a trait that resonates with any man who strives to lead a life of honor. Integrity means standing firm in your beliefs, even when it's inconvenient, uncomfortable, or downright dangerous. In the face of peer pressure, authority, or temptation, men often find themselves in situations where the truth is unwelcome. Like Micaiah, a man of integrity does not bend to the will of others. He follows a higher calling. The prophet knew that his refusal to conform would cost him dearly, but he remained steadfast. In today's world, integrity can also be costly, whether it's choosing to speak the truth in the workplace or maintaining honesty in personal relationships. Studies show that leaders who consistently demonstrate integrity are trusted more and inspire loyalty among those around them, making this virtue invaluable. Standing alone against the majority. One of the most powerful elements of Micaiah's story is that he stood alone. In a world where 400 other prophets were telling Ahab to go to battle, Micaiah was the lone voice of dissent. This is a striking reminder of how true strength lies not in numbers, but in the courage to stand for what is right, regardless of how many are against you. Social psychology teaches us about the power of conformity, where individuals often go along with the majority to avoid conflict or rejection. However, Micaiah's willingness to stand apart demonstrates the strength it takes to maintain individuality and truth in the face of collective wrongness. His courage highlights the timeless struggle between moral conviction and societal pressure, a challenge men continue to face today. For modern men, this serves as a reminder that sometimes being right means standing alone. The cost of truth. There is always a cost to standing for the truth, and Micaiah understood this well. After delivering his prophecy, he was struck by Zedekiah, one of Ahab's favored prophets, and thrown into prison at the king's command. Ahab ordered Micaiah to be fed only bread and water until he returned safely from battle. This punishment was intended to silence Micaiah and deter others from speaking against the king. But Micaiah's parting words were chilling. "If you ever return safely, the Lord has not spoken through me." Micaiah knew that his prophecy was from God and that Ahab would not return from the battle alive. Historically, prophets like Micaiah, who spoke the unpopular truth, often faced dire consequences, including persecution, exile, and even death. His unwavering commitment to delivering God's message, regardless of personal cost, is a testament to the prophetic tradition of suffering for the sake of righteousness. Even though Micaiah's path led him to hardship, it demonstrated the immense responsibility that comes with being a bearer of truth. This willingness to suffer for truth's sake resonates across many eras, from ancient prophets to modern-day whistleblowers who risked their livelihoods and reputations to expose injustice. Micaiah's story reminds us that while truth-tellers may not be celebrated in the moment, their words often carry a weight that endures long after their time, echoing through history as a beacon for those who dare to speak against deception. Lessons in masculine strength. Micaiah's story is one that embodies masculine strength, not the kind that is measured in physical prowess or dominance, but the kind that comes from inner fortitude, moral clarity, and spiritual courage. This is the type of strength that every man can relate to and aspire to. Micaiah's actions highlight the strength required to maintain moral conviction in the face of adversity, and his courage to speak truth to power is the epitome of masculine integrity. In a society that often equates strength with aggression or dominance, Micaiah's example redirects us to the true essence of masculinity: courage of conviction, regardless of the consequences. The courage to stand firm when others falter is a trait admired throughout history and is equally important today. Modern psychological research suggests that individuals who exhibit this kind of moral courage often inspire others, becoming agents of change within their communities. In times of great pressure, Micaiah's ability to stand his ground shows that true strength lies in resilience, not in brute force. His quiet defiance, rooted in faith and principle, demonstrates that masculinity is not about overpowering others, but about holding steadfast to one's values, even when the odds are overwhelming. This kind of strength transcends generations, serving as a model for men who seek to live with purpose, integrity, and unwavering commitment to what is right. Micaiah's legacy. Micaiah's legacy serves as a timeless testament to the enduring power of truth, even when it stands against overwhelming opposition. Though he was a lone voice in a sea of false prophets, his unwavering commitment to God's message outshone the collective deception that sought to lead King Ahab to destruction. His story shows that while standing for truth may initially bring isolation or persecution, it ultimately commands respect and validation in the long run. Moreover, Micaiah's willingness to face imprisonment rather than compromise his message illustrates the idea that true leadership is often found in moments of moral courage, not in the approval of the masses. His defiance highlights a crucial lesson: that speaking the truth, even at great personal cost, leaves a lasting imprint on history, one that resonates with those who seek purpose and integrity in their lives. Thank you for watching. If you found inspiration in Micaiah's story and the timeless lessons it offers about courage, integrity, and standing for truth, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more content. Hit the notification bell so you never miss out on our latest uploads. Stay strong, stay inspired, and we'll see you in the next one.